70.06, right? This sort of level here. Now, there's nothing in this price action here which indicates to us that this level is actually, a level. We have no way of actually knowing that, right? There's no way of actually knowing that. So the number of traders I see when I ask them, like, how do they trade or what's their strategy? What you want to understand as traders is that your progression as a trader will eventually lead you towards order flow, right? The reason I say that is because there is no other way to trade the markets that actually makes sense long term. And I say that as someone who's lost 17 grand in my first couple of years, so I understand how it works, right? So when we're reading this, we sort of want to understand that the best way to remove emotions in the market isn't to even journal them, right? It's to completely get rid of them by reading the market, and by reading and reacting instead of guessing and gambling. This is the way you want to do it. Now, I don't trade the first 15 minutes. I never trade the first 15 minutes because I think the first 15 minutes are for markets to kind of let it show its hand, right? So if I go to TradingView, right, and just break down what I'm looking at strategically here, right? I mean, we're heading towards this all-time high, right? I mean, ES has been massively bullish in the last, 1-2 weeks, especially in April. So here's the all-time high. Will we get to the all-time high, right? I think we're going to see a correction at some point before we eventually head up there. Now, you don't want to try and call the top or whatever, right? You just want to, ride the wave for as long as you can, right? But if we go to the 15M, what you would have noticed is that this is where pattern recognition becomes very important. And so I often think as a trader, you don't want to trade patterns, but you want to recognize overall themes. So you can call it pattern recognition. So if you can see Wednesday the 18th, we had a melt off. Wednesday the 25th, we had a melt off. 1st of April, we had a melt off. We had a small melt off on the 8th of April too. So all of these, if you notice, are Wednesdays. And so I record this on a Wednesday, right? So let us see what this market session will do, right? So what I'm looking at specifically is, I don't think we're going to get, if you look at this market open, it's pretty bullish, right? But, it is what it is. So let's just see what we end up getting. So I will not trade unless price comes to one of my levels. When price is ripping higher, it is quite difficult to catch somewhat of a trade. There's nothing left. I don't want to force anything. There's nothing left. Sorry, there's nothing to the left that gives us an indication for, lower prices. There's nothing here from February. I don't see anything here specifically that gives us, the move. But yeah, let's just see what we get. I want to be patient, right? This is how I'm looking for it in real time. Most of my actual trading is me sitting there waiting for levels to be here. It's not fun. It's not exciting. It's not, anything fun, right? It's coming back to here. So I'll finish on this as well. So, ego is the greatest enemy. Maybe read this in your own time. Clean retest into this zone. Now, if we break above sort of 14, I'll have my stops at 6 and I'll buy at 14. So 14 minus 6 is 8. 5 times 8, right? So